we've got Cali King. We're going to talk through use cases for each, application for each, some of the features that stand out to our other tents or even to competitors. We'll show you guys some really up close features around Cali and Cali King. Let's dive in. First things first, we're talking about closed footprint. So your short bed Tacomas, your short bed Colorados, any kind of short bed pickup, even your full size trucks. If you want to do a below cab application, Cali is going to be your best bet. Here we're going to talk about closed footprint. Now on our short bed Tacoma here, we've got a 50 inch by 59 inch in length. So 50 inches wide, 59 inches in length on the Cali. And so this is going to be perfect for your below cab applications for short bed pickup trucks or your long bed pickups, either way. Also for your SUVs, your 4Runners and your Land Cruisers, you can mount this and only take up 59 inches of that rack where you still got space on the front or the back depending on how you mount this tent. All right, and so let's talk about application and some of the sizing with the closed footprint on Cali King. So this is going to be a 50 inch wide tent still when closed by 78 inches long. And so this will be perfect if you want to do a below cab on, say, you know, our long bed Tundra here, 6.5 foot bed. You can do it on any of your long bed applications. Your SUVs are really great because you'll be able to take up that whole rack space, or your short beds if you want to go above cab and really have maximum footprint. All right, now that we've talked about the outside of these tents in terms of closed footprint size, let's talk about materials. So a lot of tents like this, you'll see on the market will have a ABS plastic shell or a fiberglass shell. That's totally fine for those companies, but for us, we've tested these things extensively, and what we want to eliminate is any potential for fading and cracking. Those two things happen a lot with your ABS plastics. Even if you coat them with something specific, it can still crack, and that's due to, you know, heat and cold and that expansion that's going to flex and bend over time. And so once that happens, you no longer have a waterproof tent. And so we chose to go, as we do with most of our tents, with a honeycomb aluminum shell. And the reason we choose honeycomb aluminum for most of our tents, it's lightweight and it's super durable. Honeycomb aluminum isn't going to crack, it's not going to bend or anything like that whenever you get your temperature changes, or if you're, you know, say you're sitting out in the sun all day long. Whatever the case is, this is going to be a really durable application that you're not going to have to worry about it expanding, contracting, losing its form factor, losing its structure, and then leaking over time. So honeycomb aluminum has really been our best friend for a lot of our tents, minus our Aspen Light. Everything else constructed out of that honeycomb aluminum saves a ton of weight as well, shaving a ton of weight by just having a really lightweight application. And so even with the size of this tent and what it can offer, these tents on the Cali, this is going to be a 177 weight, and that's with the ladder on the inside. And same for Cali King over here. With the ladder on the inside, we're at 207. Majority of tents you see in these types of applications can, you know, they're going to eclipse 250 on some of these. So these are really, really good lightweight options, but it's still a completely full featured tent with a maximum footprint size that's going to fit you really well. All right, now that we got all the exterior pieces handled here, let's dive on into the inside of these tents. Let's take a look at the setup process. Let's take a look at some of the components, and we'll give you guys a really in-depth kind of review of the inside of this tent, what it offers, and why it's going to be a great fit for you. All right, so first things first, we're going to pop open the opposite side of our tent. That'll be the back side technically, depending on which way we have this folding out. On this application, we've got it folding out on our driver's side. Then we'll pop up this side, gas struts assisted. All right, and then we're just going to grab our ladder out, which is secured on the inside here. A little leverage will get it out. So, collapse this up. All right, then we're going to step inside here. All right, so first thing, we'll do our front bar. And after our front bar is clicked into place, we'll get our center support set up if you need it. I don't use this most of the time because our new U-pole structure that has adjustable clicks gives you enough tension to actually give you enough structure that you need. You don't need that support pole, it's optional. All right, so now that we got both of these Callies set up, we've got Callie King on my right, and we've got Callie over here on the left. Window awnings deployed. Once you get your U-bar tightened and in place, you're really just putting your window awnings in and you're done. We've been opposed to these in the past. Now with the window awnings, what they provide, we created a much larger window on the side of this, so you have as much possible views and as much possible ventilation as you can possibly get. And if you do want to have that open, if you want your window open and you want some coverage protection from the rain or snow or whatever, we did provide those. They're optional. I've been calling them optional because you can roll them up and out of the way. So if you don't want to pop open the window awning all the time, you can just roll that fabric in, tuck it on top of the tent on the inside under the rainfly, no problem. So for those that need them, we've got them on both. We've also got some PVC windows here that have a flap on the inside with a zipper that can roll up out of the way if you need some extra sunlight. Say it is raining or it is actively snowing, you didn't want your window awnings out, whatever it is, you can still have the option of being completely waterproof. On each side of your tent, you've got 2 windows so you can see out. All right, let's talk about fabric on these. So traditional FSR fashion, hybrid materials. So we're mixing that with our performance fabric and then our tri-layer material on all the doors, on the roof, and the windows on the side. So you can definitely use the side entrances if you need to. If you need to crawl in your tent, say on this application here with the pickup truck, pop tailgate down, you can jump right up on that side if you need a separate entrance, whatever the use case is. On your forerunners, maybe you need to climb up your whittle ladder, get right on the side, got everything covered, and you've got an easy access entry point into your tent. For our gas struts, so this is kind of like our Evo design, the Z. So as you saw as I was opening this, pops up on the back first, and then the front pops up, all gas strut assisted so that you won't have any issues. Again, if you saw any of our tips kind of videos that we've been putting out around why we put our gas struts on the inside of our tents, again, perfect use case. We put our gas struts on the inside of the Callie to protect them, make sure that they're going to last you as long as possible, because that's a very vulnerable piece and component of all rooftop tents, especially when that is the main function for opening your tent. You want to make sure those are protected. You want to make sure they're clean, free of dust, free of dirt, and they're going to just last you a really long time. All right, and then of course, as always, we include shoe bags with everything. These do have clips. You just pull them right out, just like our other tents. So if you don't need the shoe bag, 1 or 2 or both, pop them right out, throw them in the back of your vehicle, whatever you need. Also, we do include all of our diesel heater ports, AC ports on both sides of both of these tents. So as always, we want to make sure you're comfortable when you're out camping. The best possible condensation eliminator is going to be your diesel heater port. It's going to be in the winter or in the summer. If you want to roll up all your windows, plumb in some AC, say your zero breeze, you'll have a really nice air conditioned space. And that's where our tri-layer material really shines, keeping the elements out, keeping the temperature out, maintaining whatever temperature you're putting inside of your tent. This is a really great use case for that. With the PVC windows as well, obviously that is not going to allow heat to escape there, so you can have those open, still have a space to look outside, and you're still insulated, you're still protected from the elements and from any kind of harsh temperatures if you're in the desert, high in the mountains, whatever the use case is. All right, so while we got these open, let's also talk about our interior dimensions. So on our Callie King here, we've got 72 inches wide and 82 inches long. On our Callie here, we've got 52 inches wide by 72 inches long on this. So you really have the perfect 2 to 3 person tent here, perfect 4-person sleeper here, plenty of space for you, the family, you, your dogs, you, whoever. And so in addition to the width and length size dimensions on both of these, they'll both be at 48 inches tall. So you really have a lot of space on the inside. Your headroom is huge, your footprint's gigantic. You'll have plenty of space for whatever activities you need to do in these tents. We're not going to ask any questions. So you got all the space you need. These are going to be a great fit for your families, for your couples, for people that just want extra space, whatever it is. Callie is going to be a really, really great option. So on the interior of these tents, we're going to be providing a memory foam mattress. This will be a 2-inch mattress with your anti-condensation mat underneath. Additionally, we have got ventilation all the way around this thing. So on the top here, we've got some zip away triangles for a really large airflow space. If you need some extra ventilation, this is great for keeping these open really all the time to allow any of your breathing at night to really escape the tent, let that hot air out. We have got the roll up Windows, like I was talking about earlier, for the PVC. You can roll these away, you can secure them. Just got a completely open, free visible outlook out of the tent. If it is raining or inclement weather, whatever it is, even at night, you can have that open. 2 layers on every entrance on this tent. You can enter from the rear on this tent as well, so you technically have 4 entrances depending on your vehicle and which way is easiest for you. So this is obviously the main entrance here, but we've got our 2 large side windows, and then our back window in the back is actually not meant to be an entrance, but it's a full pass-through. So if you want to get creative and, you know, jump through there, you totally can. If you need to sneak out in the middle of the night, you know, I don't want to disturb the other person, maybe that one makes more sense, you name it. Bunch of different use cases there. Every entrance is going to have 2 layers, so your bug mesh and then your tri-layer materials. 100% waterproof fabric, insulated materials. So that's going to be on all the vulnerable areas, which is the doors, the windows, and up on the ceiling. Other interior features, everything has a secure loop with an elastic strap here to secure everything out of the way, including the windows on the side. They do roll down, but you can still secure them. Back of the tent there, same situation back there. You've got your dimmable LED light, and then you can roll that window down. The bug mesh still up if you want, secure that out of the way, or secure both out of the way if you need that extra ventilation, want to kick your feet out, whatever it is. Thanks for checking out FSR. If you're not familiar with us, check us out online at gofsr.com. If you haven't already, you know, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you stay up to date with all the things that we're releasing, because we are coming out with a lot of new things. 2026 is going to be even packed full of new offerings. Check out Cali. This is our newest offering at gofsr.com.